The Sydney Roosters are finals bound after producing an astonishing mid-match reversal to steamroll Manly in the penultimate home and away round. It was 115 years to the day that rugby league was born, and the party was at the Sydney Football Stadium. It was a question of who would have cause to celebrate, with the prize on offer being one step up the ladder. Anthony Minicello was a late scratching for the home side, replaced by Jonathan Ford, while Ben Farah made an unscripted return for the Eagles, and they were glad he did because the talented utility back was pivotal in the game's opening try.
And Robertson is in to score another try against the Roosters for Manly.
Looking sharp after almost a month off, Farah figured again when his magic hands created an avenue for his outside men.
Maddai will get there. Steve Maddai has scored in the same corner that Robertson did earlier on. Farah was lightning with whatever contribution he made there.
The Kiwi cruncher could have had a swift double from Kieran Foran's grubber, but he couldn't cope with the extra bounce.
Had the ball and lost it.
Speaking of crunching, there was plenty of that in this affair as well. Most of it was legal.
Ballon is thrust to the ground by Warringah Hargreaves.
But one of them most certainly wasn't, with this one leaving Brent Kite sick and sorry, and the culprit Daniel Conn on report. The Roosters were quite simply diabolical in the first half, or at least for all bar the last 30 seconds of it.
Kenny Dowell stayed out, now goes back in, puts a kick in, cross hands, Kenny Dowell. I don't know that he got there in time.
He scored.
Wow. That slice of individual brilliance meant that the people hosting the party had actually joined in, with something to show on the scoreboard at the change of ends. The second half started in almost identical fashion to how the first one ended, with the enigmatic Kenny Dowell producing something out of nothing, embarking on a thrilling gallop down the eastern touchline following a Manly turnover.
He's drifting away to the sideline. He's got 5 to go as Jamie Lyon dives, but Kenny Dowell.
As SKD dived over, Jamie Lyon made contact with his head, and that resulted in referee Tony Archer awarding a possible 8-point try. Todd Carney converted from out wide for 6 points.
Well, he's got this one. He's going to get the 8.
Then did as you'd expect with the easier attempt, and incredibly, this ball game was squared up at 14 each. Lyon's name had gone on the referee's rap sheet for that indiscretion, and the list of reported players lengthened a few minutes later when Glenn Stewart's elbow ironed out Tricolour's captain Braithen Astor. The Sea Eagles back rower, who is anything but a dirty player, was rather fortunate not to be marched for that. However, his side's luck was running out, not to mention their petrol.
Tony steps and puts it over the line.
Yet while these festivities had become somewhat ill-tempered, like parties often do, there was also a moment to cherish. One that shows exactly why rugby league is the greatest game of all.
Goes through a gap, gets the ball away. Sam Parrott's flying down the right side. Maddai can't get him. Neither can Farah. Parrott will score. It's almost 100 metres.
Having submitted an entry for Try of the Year that will take quite some beating, the Chooks' confidence was soaring. And after Mitchell Pearce marched through from Jason Ryle's fine offload, Carney linked up with the unstoppable Kenny Dowell.
And Astor sweeps it away to that man again. That man Carney onto Kenny Dowell. He's over the line with that big long rider.
The lanky New Zealander's hat-trick was the centrepiece of Sydney's 30 straight points, an unlikely success that ended the club's 3-game losing streak and guarantees that they will go from being wooden spooners to finalists in the space of 12 eventful months. David Rollins, Big Pond Sport.